Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, we're from group 4. We made this video to fulfill our semantic course assignment. In this video, we will discuss a journal titled The Meaning of the Nociva Beans in Bima Language, a study of natural semantic meta-language. Furthermore, this group consists of Nabila Putri Pratiwi, Faizatul Fikriyah Naiji, Rival Jafal Mariadi, and I am Siti Safura. Okay, we will move to the first material. I will present the background and language context section of the journal article titled The Meaning of the Nociva Beans in Bima Language, a study of natural semantic meta-language. At this point, we will focus on why this research was conducted and what the objectives of this research are. This article is titled The Meaning of the Nociva Beans in the Bima Language, a study of natural semantic language, and was written by Rabiatul Adawiyah. Before discussing this topic, we must know that language is a system of arbitrary sound, symbols, used by people to collaborate, interact, and identify themselves. Language is also an element of culture. Language can shape a culture or vice versa. Therefore, a variety of language were created in Indonesia. Based on exciting data from the Indonesian Ministry of Education and Culture's Language Agency, the number of regional language in Indonesia is 718 languages, where regional language are part of national cultural wealth whose speakers function as a symbol of regional pride, regional identity symbol, and verbal interaction tools in the family and community environment where the language is used. One of the regional languages in Indonesia is Bima, which belongs to the Nusantara language family. The Bima language, or Nggahi Mbojo, is an Austronesian language spoken by the Mbojo tribe on Sumbawa Island, West Nusa Tenggara Province. Apart from that, Nggahi Mbojo is also spoken in several areas of Sumbawa Regency, Lombok Island, and NTT. Because we will discuss about one verb in Bima language, so we will focus on the semantics. The field of semantics is the study of the meaning of words and sentences as well as the meaning communicated through language. The study of verb semantics is very useful for explaining the semantic representation of a speech with its representation at the syntaxis level, how the verb mengikat is constructed in Bima language. We will discuss how to see how the verb binds in constructed using the theory of natural semantic meta-language or NSM, that which will be discussed in more detail in the next material.
How the research was done, the methodology, type of research. This study uses a qualitative descriptive method. What that mean? The researcher is simply trying to describe and investigate the fact and the phenomena, and they are found in the field. It doesn't use a complicated number of statistics. The data sources. The information for the study was collected from the three main places. Number one, spoken utterances, sentence and words used in daily communication. Number two, written data collected Bima language storybook. And number three, language intonation. The researcher used their own native speaker knowledge of the Bima language to check the data. And the specially analysis tool, natural semantic meta-language or NSM. What the NSM? NSM is a special theory designed to help explain all meaning of words, sentence, and the grammar. You can think of the tool for the definition. The main idea, the theory believes that explanation of the meaning should be framed in a very natural and simple language. This way, the explanation can and explication and automatically be understood by a native speaker. Speak prime, the building blocks of NSM use semantic primes, which are a small set of basic meanings like I, you, see, what to do that cannot be broken down further. The technique, the BIMA, binding verbs and analyze using the explication or paraphrasing technique. These techniques explain the verbs meaning using combination of the simple of the semantic primes.
I'm Nabila Putri Pratiwi, and I will explain the material about lexeme verb binds animal context. Research on the verb lexeme binds in the context of animal focus on the most frequently used word to describe the act of tying animal with rope. In Bima society, the activity of tying animals is not only a practical activity, but also has unique social and cultural meanings. Based on the result of the study, the verb bind in the Bima language is expressed through 9 different lexemes, namely diki, leto, serente, wura, gambe, wole, buhu, oka, and tongge. Each of these lexemes has different meanings and used depending on the type of animal, the tools used, and the purpose of the tying action. This difference shows that the Bima community has a very rich lexical system to describe a seemingly simple activity, namely tying. This also shows that Bima language has a high semantic depth, where each lexeme represents culture aspect, the context of use, and the relationship between humans and animals in their environment. Of the 9 lexemes, 4 of them, namely Diki, Leto, Serente, and Wura, are the main focus because they are most often used in the context of tying animals with rope. The lexeme Diki means to tie with a rope or similar tool, which is done on living entities such as a hair or the neck, or on inanimate entities such as legs or tails. The purpose of this action is to unite the tied parts or to keep them from coming apart. To context animals, Diki is often used to tie parts on animal's body to keep it in place or prevent it from escaping. Diki can be performed with tools such as rope, clothes, chains, or similar objects that function as fasteners. Semantically, Diki indicates a general meaning of direct binding that is not limited to a specific type of animal. Meanwhile, the lexeme leto has a meaning that is almost the same as Diki, but it's used in a more specific context. Leto specifically means to tie the hands and feet of an animal so that it can stand or move. This lexeme is only used for large animals such as goats, cows, and horses. The main purpose in the restrict the animal's movements so that it is easier to control, usually when the animal is about to be slaughtered or treated. The main difference between Diki and Leto lies in the parts of the body that is tied and the purpose of the binding. Diki is more general and flexible, while Leto is specific and emphasizes movement restriction. Both lexemes describe the act of direct bindings using tools such as ropes or similar item, but they have different function and situation of use. The lexeme serente has a meaning equivalent to the word menjerat to ensnare. This action is usually performed on the neck of animals that are considered wild or potentially aggressive, such as pigs and deer. Serente describes a coercive and cautious binding activity, as the perpetrator is usually afraid or worried about the reaction of the bound animal. Therefore, this lexeme contains an emotional element in its meanings, which can be explained by the semantic component. X feels that something is not right. In practice, serente is done to control animals so they don't fight back or run away. And it's often done using rope or wire around the neck. So, serente doesn't just describe a physical action, but also reflect the psychological state of the person doing it when dealing with animals that are hard to control. Meanwhile, the lexeme wura describes a more dynamic method of tying animal that requires skill. Wura means tying a horse's neck by throwing a rope from a distance. This action is usually performed repeatedly because the horse to be tied tends to be difficult to control or is not yet tamed. This process requires greater effort and involves distance between the person performing the action and the animal being tied. Semantically, wura describes a challenging tying activity as it is performed on animals that move freely and are not easily approached. The meaning of this lexeme showed that the action of tying in Bima culture is not always direct and easy, but can also describe a form of control over wild or untamable animal. Thus, both serente and wura highlight the emotional and skill aspect of controlling animals, complementing the meaning of tying previously explained through Diki and Leta.
Okay, my name is Faizatul Fikriya, and here I'm going to tell about the next lexicon that indicate binding nosi. I will explain about the ngambe, wole, buhu, oka, and tonge. But before that, let me explain about the overview of the material. This study used the natural semantic metalanguage theory, which explained the meaning of word using the simple and most universal language. The aim of the material is to find the natural meaning of each verb bind or mengikat in the Bima language and the differences in meaning between them, even though they all mean to bind. Now I will explain about the first one is ngambe. In Bima language, the word ngambe is used to describe the act of tying a horse's stomach or body using ropes. The purpose is to prevent the stomach and tied item from moving while the horse is walking. Usually, there are 4 ropes that tie the horse's body. And the characteristic of this type of bind are: the first is focus on a part of the body, especially the stomach. The second is performed with ropes. And the last is the object is an animal, which is a horse. And the action is performed by humans like X with a specific intention like X want this, but the object Y, which means is the horse, does not want it because it may feel uncomfortable. For the semantic meaning, a person X does something to an animal Y using a rope on a specific part of the body so that the tied item do not move. And for the next is wole. Wole means to tie or lock something without rope, but rather using tools such as nails, iron, or wooden padlocks. This is usually done to tie doors or windows so that they do not move or open. The characteristic of wole are: the first, use hard materials, but is not rope, and the second is applied to inanimate object that not living things, and the last is the purpose is security or repair, like to prevent doors from shaking or to ensure they are tightly closed. And this action is carried out with the awareness and will of the perpetrator, like X won this. For the semantic meaning, is a person does something to an object, example a door, using a hard object like nail, wood, or iron, so that part of the object does not move. For the next, there is buhu. Buhu means to bind by joining two or more objects together, especially those that are fibrous in nature, such as hair, coconut fiber, or natural rope. The example in the folk tale of Bima, Buhu Honggo means to bind the hair of the grandfather and grandmother together so that it can be used to swim across the river. For the characteristic of buhu, the first is not just tying but combining, which is uniting several objects. The second one is using natural fibrous materials, and the last is symbolizing cooperation, unity, and creativity. And for the semantic meaning, a person does something with fibrous material to make several objects into a single unit. For the next is oka. Oka is used in the context of agriculture. This word means attaching wood or yoke to the head of a buffalo so that it can pull a plow. So this action is not just tying but connecting the animal to a work tool. The characteristic of this are the first, the object is an animal like buffalo. The second one is the goal is to support human work like plowing fields, and the last, the actor acts does this with good intention, like X won this and hopes for a good outcome, like something good happened to Y, or namely that the rice field can be plowed smoothly. And for the semantic meanings, is a person attached something to an animal so that the animal can pull a work tool for a good purpose or farming. Okay, for the last is tongge. Tongge means attaching or tying a piece of wood or bamboo about an animal's neck, usually a goat. The purpose is to prevent the animal from entering other people's gardens, because in the Bima area, animals are often left to roam freely in nature. For the characteristic, there are the first, the tool is made of wood or bamboo. The second, its function is to restrict the animal's movement, but not to hurt it. And the last, it is done with good intention, like X on this, so as not to harm other. For the semantic meanings, is a person place wood around an animal's neck so that the animal cannot walk to a prohibited place. Okay, for the last material is the conclusion. This study showed that the natural semantic metalanguage theory is able to comprehensively explain the meanings of various lexeme or verb that means to bind in the Bima language. Each word, such as gambe, wole, buhu, oka, tongge, diki, leto, sarente, and wura, has a specific meaning and cannot be substituted for one another, even though they all belong to the same group of meaning, to bind. This means that each lexeme has a different function, context, and purpose of using according to the situation and culture of the speaker. The meaning of the verb to bind in the Bima language can also be classified into several types, subtypes, and subtypes depending on the tool used, such as a rope, nails, wood, or fiber. The object being bound, like human, animal, or inanimate object, and the purpose of the action, like to restrain, connect, repair, or restrict movement. In addition to explaining the structure of meaning, each word also reflects the cultural values of the Bima people. For example, the word oka is related to traditional farming activities. Tongge reflects the way the community maintains gardens without high fences, while buhu describes the values of togetherness and creativity in everyday life. They show that language not only functions to convey linguistic meaning, but also reflects the way of life traditions and local knowledge of the Bima people. In general, the act of tying in the context of Bima culture is done with good intention and positive goals. In accordance with the universal meaning pattern of natural semantic meta-language theory, namely X one this, the actor wants to do the action, and something good happens to Y, or the result brings good to the object or situation. The activity of binding is considered a beneficial action, carried out consciously, and bringing positive impacts for human, animal, and the environment. Through the application of natural semantic meta-language theory, all this variation in meaning can be explained simply, logically, and easily understood, showing that the word binding in the Bima language not only describes a physical action but also carries strong moral and local cultural values. Okay, maybe that's all. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.